Welcome back to Films Without Borders, your international cinema critique segment. This week we'll be traveling around with BYU's International Cinema. For those of you joining us for the first time, let me explain our unique rating system. Ratings are out of 3 flags from the representing film's country. To make foreign films more accessible, our ratings are geared for the average viewer and for what reasons they might be worthwhile. 1 flag informs you that we recommend it for very few narrow reasons. 2 flags says that it's enjoyable for most everyone, but not memorable. And then 3 flags is outstanding. And if you don't see it, you're a dummy. Our first film today is set in France.
Thank you, Brad. I'm here in France, where Sylvain Comet has plummeted downhill with his most recent movie in 2010, The Illusionist. This story of a traveling magician taking care of a random young girl does not provide an interesting story for an audience. Although the animation is beautiful, the hidden story behind the film is much more interesting than the movie itself. The Illusionist was secretly written as an attempted letter to reconcile with his eldest daughter, Helga. It is said that Tati had left his daughter at a young age and did not partake in his fatherly role. The Illusionist tries to provide a daddy-daughter relationship with the main character named Tati Schiff and a young girl named Alice. He takes Alice under his wing and tries to recreate a family relationship that he never had. This film was an attempt to rewrite his life the way he should have lived it, and knowing this is much more interesting than the original film. I recommend this for those who love animation and know the history of the director's life. For those looking for an entertaining film, this is not for you. I give The Illusionist a 2 out of 3 flags.
Thank you, Kylie. I'm here in the Italian countryside, watching Certified Copy, which follows seeming strangers who embark on a journey through the beautiful hills and villages of Italy in search of meaning in their relationship. Iranian director and writer Abbas Kiarostami has established an ensemble crew of cinematographers that truly bring us to Italy and introduce us to a quaint little town and 2 very interesting characters. Their use of well-placed panoramic shots and interesting and unique camera angles allows viewers an almost intimate view of the character's one-day walkabout. Although the acting of Juliette Binoche as Ellie, the idealistic lover wanting something more than the mundane, is quite breathtaking, you come away from the film lacking a meaningful experience. The lack of purpose in the film, the mediocre performance by lead man William Shamel as a selfish and prudish James, and the unrealistic view of love, all combined to tell a narrative that neither gives us a full story, nor teaches us about real life. When the ending comes, you'll be wishing for more of the beautiful scenery, while at the same time thinking the story never had a conclusion. I give this film 1.5 flags, and recommend it only for those who enjoy cinematography and don't mind a mediocre story.
Rolf Tahir's newest Aussie drama, 10 Canoes, is nothing short of a cultural masterpiece in Australian cinema. If your favourite film is anything from the Twilight series, this may not be the movie for you, but if you're like me and you like to travel, understand and be immersed in other cultures, this is definitely a film you will love. 10 Canoes follows a young man, Dayindi, as he lusts after his elder brother's 3rd wife in their Aboriginal tribe in the Northern Territory, Australia. His brother, Mingigalulu, tells him an elaborate story which takes them back in time to their ancestors about how evil slipped into their tribe through young men perversing the virtue, law, and peace of their tribe. Full of warriors, love, rivalry, and all this accompanied by beautiful cinematography, 10 Canoes tells a gripping story that caters to a mature audience who can appreciate the beauty of this very raw, stripped back and traditional Australia. Will Dayindi choose to take his brother's wife for his own? You'll have to watch to find out. I give 10 Canoes 3.5 Australian flags.
Princess Mononoke is a Japanese film presented in the traditional animation style that many of us here in America might consider outdated with the likes of Pixar and DreamWorks around. Regardless, the film is not lacking. Hayao Miyazaki employs a variety of techniques, including his flair for textures, lively colors, and memorable character design, to bring us a remarkable tale dashed with Japanese folklore. Our story starts with Ashitaka, a young man who saves his village from a destructive demon but is left with an injured arm that gives him superhuman strength, yet holds demonic properties that will eventually kill him. Unable to find a cure in his current village, he travels far to a village and finds that demons and spirits of nature are retaliating due to mankind's depletion of nature and a nearby iron plant run by one Lady Iboshi. San, our princess, is a self-declared wolf who runs with her own pack of forest dwellers, avenging her wolf family against humans. San and Ashitaka eventually join forces in an attempt to restore balance between the humans and the spirits. If it sounds like a story you've seen before, it's because you have, but not through Miyazaki's eyes. Miyazaki's use of traditional animation and the classic elements of storytelling combine to create a film worth watching. This dazzling epic of a tale takes us on a journey with Ashitaka, sand, and the many whimsical creatures of Miyazaki's creative mind.
Thank you, Janica. I'm here in China, the beginning and ending of Bruce Beresford's Mao's Last Dancer. A true story based on Li Shusong's autobiography is his grand jeté into America. Communism, family sacrifice, political and cultural clashes, and journeys to freedoms, all packaged up and tied together with the string of ballet. Beresford proves his artistic hands with his deliberate and delicate balancing of strong themes and letting Li Shusong's autobiography personal narrative shine through. Li was plucked from his family and small village to go to Beijing to be trained as a ballet dancer for Chairman Mao. Ballet unleashes Li's inner passion and a way to escape political barriers. Given the chance to guest star with Houston Ballets in America is a great honor to Li and his family. While dancing in the ever-dangerous capital West, Li blossoms into a great star, but also into a traitor. Li falls in love with America and an American dancer. Caught between two cultures, Li must learn freedom comes with a price. I give this film 3 flags. It will appeal to a very eclectic audience who enjoy history, culture, family, and art motifs. Beresford's purposeful puppeting of themes are perfectly synchronized to inspire audiences with the struggle and reward of achieving dreams. Thank you for joining us this week with Films Without Borders.